Hi guys, it's Jordan here from NSM and welcome back to my channel. In the previous DailyFoz vlog episode, I did some aesthetic modification to the DailyFoz. But today it's time for some performance mode. And for that, I got a K&N Performance Air Filter. Let's try it. Okay, so performance air filters. They definitely have pros and cons. So the main purpose of this kind of air filter is to get more airflow in the engine. So that way you're gonna produce more power. And this is what I'm really looking for here for the DailyFoz. I really do not expect like a massive gain in terms of horsepower, but what I really want actually is like a better throttle response, something, you know, a little bit more punchy. Just after, we're gonna have a test drive and see if I can feel any differences. The other thing is that those kind of air filter should last a lifetime. So basically, you're not gonna change it. It's you buy it once, and then you're gonna wash it, clean it, grease it, and put it back in the air box. So you buy it once, and you use it pretty much all your life. So at the end, it should be cheaper than changing again your air filter. And also, there's actually less maintenance because the cleaning process is. You can drive a lot of kilometers or miles before having to clean it. So that's really awesome pros actually for this kind of air filter. And another one I'm also looking for and we're gonna test today is the intake sound. Most of the time there is more airflow, so the sound is pretty much different, a little bit, you know, it feels like you got something under the hood, and I'm also looking for that. There is cons, and one main con, it's that there is more airflow, which means more dust, more debris are also going through this filter. So it's not that good for the engine. It's not that good to put this on a daily drive like me, but we'll see. And a last thing to take into consideration is fuel mileage. So I've heard that with performance air filter you get more fuel mileage, and sometimes I heard you get less. So, you know, I'm gonna try it myself. Maybe we're not gonna have this data on this video, but I'm definitely gonna do a follow-up about fuel mileage with this air filter. So now, let's try it. Well, is there a bigger difference in terms of sound? Quite a bit, actually. I hope you can hear it. It's a bit more like a growl, you know? It's a little bit more deep in the intake sound. And another reason I wanted this air filter is to put this awesome sticker on the airbox. So let's put it. Okay, now it's time for the test drive. one sound you're gonna hear is the bad wheel bearing I have. It's pretty bad. Really hot. I'm not windows closed and AC off. It's really hot in there. But for the sake of the video, guys. Honestly, so just for a reminder, this is the AJ20 2-liter naturally aspirated engine, and it's pretty. There's nothing under 3K RPM, you know. So the difference is definitely not under this line, because even with the air filters, there's nothing under the 3000 RPM. But I do feel that above this line it revs faster, easier, and we got a little bit more throttle response, you know. So it might be a bit interesting at the end. In terms of intake noise inside the car, well, obviously I got my wheel bearing that make a lot of noise. Maybe you can hear it, I don't know, but there's no big difference. At least there's no massive intake sound like the one I have with the snorkel on the DailyFoz. But there's definitely something a bit more roar, you know, when I rev it. It's not the same intake sound. Okay, time for conclusion? No, because there's one last thing I want to try. Okay, and the last thing I want to try is to remove the resonator just right here on the intake system, the OEM intake system, maybe to try to get even more airflow and a bit more noise intake sound, because this is actually meant for reduce this intake sound. It might also be used to optimize the airflow, but I don't know. You know what? Let's just try it. Okay. First part. Out of here. Yep. On the same road that we just did a few minutes earlier. Impressed. I feel like it's worse. So I'm gonna put it back. Right, and now it's time to conclude on this video. So with the K&N Performance Air Filter installed on my daily drive Subaru Forester, I feel that the car is a little bit smoother at low RPM, and I can feel a little bit more of throttle response at high RPM. So I think I'm pretty happy with the air filter. So it's a little bit more expensive right when you buy it, but after, in terms of maintenance, it's gonna be less and less expensive. So I'm pretty happy in terms of performance and in terms of maintenance as well. In terms of sound, we can hear a little bit that the intake sound is a little bit deeper, especially at high RPM. You can hear that the sound is really different, but it's really subtle, and I honestly expected more from it. The little test without the resonator was a big fail. I think the performance was even worse than with it, so I put it back and now it's better. And please stay tuned for two things. The first one is really soon I'm gonna drop a short video about why I mod the DailyFoz that much and why I try to do something with it. I have something in mind and I think and I hope you'll like it. And secondly, I will get back to you with data about fuel consumption with this kind of air filter. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching and see you soon.